What's up guys, this is Zach from Anglers Escape, and today I want to make a video on pike fishing tips and techniques. So 2 weeks ago I was in northern Minnesota for a week at the Boundary Waters area, and I caught over 30 pike, and by the end of the week I really developed some good patterns as far as locations and lures and colors of lures to use when pike fishing. So real quick, I want to first go over the lures I was using, and that caught me the most pike, and those were spoons, inline spinners, and jointed crankbaits. And so probably one of my favorite lures was a spoon like this, about this size, about 3 inches, but it was also, it was gold, and gold was producing a lot more than the silver color. Another color that was producing was the fire tiger, which is basically green, yellow, and kind of a reddish orange. And you can see here's more fire tiger colors right here. And those, along with the gold, was very effective. The white and silver was not as effective. Now I want to show you some lures that weren't quite as effective. I used a lot of thicker bodied lures. It really didn't work well. Top waters I didn't have much luck on. I didn't have much luck on the crawfish lures, and I used a lot of different plastics. I even threw some plastic frogs, so I was seeing a lot of frogs, but really had no luck with them. So those are the lures that were working, and now I kind of want to go into the locations where I was catching the pike in the lakes. And so since it was midsummer, I was having most of my luck actually in the middle of the lake. And this is likely because it's pretty warm, the water's warming up, so the cool water is going to be in the middle of the lake where the deeper water is, and therefore the bait fish are going to go there a lot of times, which means the pike are going to follow. So I was catching a lot of pike there, and just about every time when I caught a pike, there was always more in the area, and I'd usually get another pike pretty fast. So if you catch one, definitely keep casting in that same area and keep trying to catch another pike. Another good area to pike fish in these lakes is anywhere where a stream or a creek comes into or goes out of the lake. About every time I found one of these areas, I'd catch at least 1 or 2 pikes in the area. Another tip I want to go over is the pound test line and leaders I was using. So I used a 6-inch 20-pound leader when fishing these spoons and lures. I would say it's definitely worth bringing the lure or the leader. I did try without a leader with some of these larger crankbaits, because you can get away without a leader with these larger crankbaits when the pike usually a lot of times will just bite down here, and they won't actually bite your main line but just the crankbait itself. And so I caught probably 10 pike this way, but realistically I don't think I noticed any catch ratio difference between using a leader and just using regular line. And just to emphasize how sharp their teeth are, if you have the wrong stringer, like I was using this exact same stringer here, just a different color, and the pike, I caught a pike and put it on the stringer, and within 5 minutes he had chewed through it and got off. So that brings me to a good point here where you need a metal stringer, and not just a metal stringer but a heavy duty metal stringer, because I also caught about a 15-pound pike, and when I hooked him on here he thrashed around and actually bent this open and got off. So really you need a big heavy duty stringer because these pike do have sharp teeth and they're big fish. The other thing you need is some gloves when handling with them, and some good hook removers so you can really get in there and keep your hands away from their mouth and the hook itself. Here's the pole I was using. Just 12-pound test line was enough, and I caught some big pike with this pole. 12-pound test, as long as you have your drag set right. You can reel in a 50-pound pike if you needed to. Here's the net I was using, and I quickly found out that this net was too small. Pike are big fish, so definitely get a big net. The last thing I'd like to mention, guys, is pike a lot of times will act like a dead log when you hook one. So you'll be reeling it in, you think you have it beat and you're tired out, but then as soon as you get it to the boat, you'll bring the net up to it and it'll freak out and just shoot off. And if you don't have your drag set right, it'll break off right there, so you have to be careful about that. And so there's some general tips for pike fishing, and I hope you learned something here today, and maybe you'll try out one of these lures or tips. So thanks for watching, and good luck fishing.